Hey everyone! Trading isn't usually my go-to topic for videos, but right now trading in Star Citizen is in a really strange spot, so I decided to give it a go.
Egg has been planted.
For some time as a trader, you were faced with a combination of routes with a questionable profitability, mixed up with a bunch of game-breaking issues like broken freight elevators, which could easily ruin your game session, broken with an ability to progress at all, or in the worst case, make you even lose money. Plus, on top of that, with the freight elevator cargo factor, the majority of high profit commodities require you to do the manual loading, which has discouraged a lot of players from even looking towards the trading. But complaining about broken stuff is not the topic for today. Instead, I want to steer things up a little bit and share a trading route that I've noticed that could net you up to a massive 1 million AUC profit per run. Before we dive in, I know many of you are holding off for the wipe and are already sitting on the millions of AUC, but there are always new players or those who need some extra cash for that shiny new ship, you know? So if that sounds like you, this video is probably for you. Just a quick warning, this is a high risk, high reward route. While you can earn a cool million per run, you're also risking over 4 million AUC in your cargo. So only if you're ready for this challenge, then let's get started. So the first question, what do we trade? This trading route became possible thanks to changes introduced to Phase 4 of the Save Stanton operation. One of the new missions requires you to bring Baxalite to Pyre Station, which was previously impossible to purchase, and the only way to get it was mining. CAG has now added its supply to the market, making it a very lucrative commodity to actually trade. The resupply values are fantastic, with the stock reaching up to 1000 SCU. That's enough to fully load a C2 in one trade tick, or at most after waiting for a single refresh if the supply isn't full. If you run something smaller than that, you're pretty much guaranteed to have no issues filling up instantly. What's the best part? The purchase location is a station with hangars. You're completely safe while loading, and even better, you can just auto-load your cargo. No manual box moving required. All you have to do is buy the admin office trade terminals and wait for the loading timer while making your way back to your hangar. So, where do you get it? It's pretty simple. You just buy Baxalite at the Magnus station in Stanton. For this video I used the C2 and the auto-loading process was seamless as it could possibly be. However, I've heard complaints, and I personally also noticed some quirks with auto-loading in other ships. For example, the Starlancer Max loaded the large 32 SU boxes just fine, but struggled for whatever reason with smaller ones. They just wouldn't go. Your experience may vary depending on the ship and cargo size, so just test out what works for you the best. So, a full C2 of Baxalite cost me over 4.2 million AUC, averaging just about 6100 AUC per SCU. So after a few minutes of a cargo loading timer, I was back to my hangar with my ship basically ready to go. Where do we sell? Now let's talk about selling points and the profit differences. Baxalite is accepted in all major cities in Stanton, and I personally tested each location to ensure demand wasn't an issue and to confirm profits. First, I went to the closest location, which is Orizon. Orizon has the shortest quantum jump from Magnus. While the sell price ended up being the lowest out of the 4 cities, the shorter jump time and full demand might as well compensate for that. My full C2 sold for 5,172,000 AUC. Next, it was Lorville. While being further away from Magnus compared to Orizon, there was almost no price change. The demand bar in my case was filled by around 20%, which didn't give us the perfect price, but in general it looked like a worse trade compared to Orizon based on the time spent in quantum travel. My full C2 sold for 5,176,000 AUC. Next up was Area 18. Out of 4 cities, it is the longest jump from Magnus. I've noticed an increased demand here and a slightly better price. My C2 sold for exactly 5.2 million. And the last but not the least, New Babbage, one of the longer jumps from Magnus, but it offered the best price out of all 4 cities I've visited. Demand bar was over 60% when I sold, meaning in case you're lucky and managed to sell on a better day than I did, you might get even more out of this trade. My full C2 sold for 5,282,000 AUEC, which made it a full million of profit from this run. It is around 100,000 AUEC more profit in comparison to Orison, which basically makes it the most profitable Backslide run out of all 4. In general, any of these cities will net you between 900k to 1 million profit per run. Choose the destination based on your preferred travel time and the city commute experience. Prices will fluctuate anyway a bit due to the supply and demand, so values will vary from time to time, but no matter what, this is actually a solid route to do if you're in for the big trading bug. And just remember, it's the second time I'm warning you in this video. While the profits are amazing, the risks are very high. Pirates could intercept you the moment you leave Magnus, and you're not truly safe until you land at your sell location. Plan your route carefully and keep your eyes on the sky. And yeah, that's it for the video. Thanks for watching, and if you found this helpful, don't forget to dislike and unsubscribe and never share it with any of your friends or crew, you know? So yeah, take care, and I'll catch you in the verse.